All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and I am live streaming. And once again, you are joining me for the Hero Hour. I had to go run into the kitchen real quick, and I'm not sure if my audio is even on. I guess I'll find out in a moment. All right, here we go. Give me just 1 second. Now it says I'm broadcasting, but on YouTube I don't see anything happening. So let's hopefully people are out there hearing me. But on YouTube, oh, yep, okay, cool. We're up. All right, everybody. All right, once again, in case y'all didn't hear before, welcome to the show. I've sent out some invites, so we'll see who's able to join the show. But in the meantime, I have got a drawing I am going to finish up tonight. This is a pinup that I started working on, earlier this week, I think. Oh, no, actually, I started working on it last week. And I'm going to finish it up because I have a sign that goes in the window in front of the store that says, new art from Misfit Corner Comics, and the image that's been in the thing has been in there for a long time. So, all right, hold on. All right, hey, what's up?
Redheads do it better.
Oh yeah, is that the honest truth?
It's the truth. What we do better is up to you, but we do it better.
Oh, Caden's in the chat and he says, "Can I join your call?" I don't know, Caden.
Who's Caden?
He's one of the new people that's been watching the show. We want to let him in and see what he has to say, and then if he breaks.
How many times has he been in the chat?
I don't know.
I was in the chat at least 100 times before I got going.
You know what's so funny? When I was listening to that very first episode of the Hero Hour to try to find clips for the show, you were in the chat.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I kept mentioning you and whoever else was in there. So technically, you've been around for a long time, man.
Yeah. Y'all had been doing it for almost a year by the time I came around. I seen you on Chester Busby's show, remember? And I was like, they're from Jacksonville. Holy crap!
That's right. That was the connection that made everything work.
Yeah. It actually depresses me that I didn't know you guys before, like years ago when I needed you most. You weren't there for me. You weren't there for me years ago. No.
All right, Caden, you're gonna have to build up a little bit of trust first. I know this is only your second one, but we'll have to see. We're gonna play it nice this evening and just do our regular show. But if you behave and play along, everything will be fine.
Yeah, we already had one dude bring some weird stuff and just flash it. So
we try not to talk about that. CG Fest 2021 in Orlando, Florida, at least the last I heard. That sounds absolutely freaking fantastic.
Dude, that's so I'm like, and it's 2021, so we have a whole year to plan.
That's right. May of 2021. I will get a babysitter for the store. I definitely will. All right, here's Avery. Let's get him in here. What's up, man?
What's up?
Bear Gravy, hail.
So what do you think about Comic Fest 2021?
I don't know.
Possibly in Orlando, Florida. That's what they're looking at.
I don't know.
That sounds fantastic. Well, one of the things that they mentioned. Oh, we got another person here. Lapdog number 4569. Oh, this must be Todd. What's up, Mr. Todd?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. We're just now putting the kids to bed. So
okay. So
I thought you only had one kid.
I got two kids.
It's got two
I
kids.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shows you how much I pay attention.
Way to pay attention, man. Way to pay attention.
How many kids do I have?
Like 6.
7.
Like 400.
Every one of y'all. Wrong.
You got 5,
I got
right?
5.
Oh, Jesus. Y'all know me better. That's not fair.
We just in Kodiak, we just care about you more about you than you care about us.
That is not true.
Notice
is
that
how
I
it
didn't
works.
notice I didn't really care.
I said 400 because it was funny.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Ish.
Tosspot says, "Wake up, Avery."
I'm tired.
Yeah. No.
I am
Did you
too actually today.
Did you guys work today?
Yeah.
Well, I know I worked today.
I had to go in at 4.
You poor baby.
Yeah. Bite me.
No. Well. I feel so sad. My daughter called me and said, "Hey, is your company hiring?" And I said, "They might be. Send me your resume." And turns out they had just closed the most recent class that day. It's like, honey, had you called me a week before, you'd probably have a new job by now.
Oh, they go through rounds of hiring or something?
Yes. Well, we've got a current round going on, but I don't have any clue when the next one's going to happen. So, but Ollie will. But she's got healthcare experience, so she'd be perfect for this kind of job.
You work there. You could probably like ask somebody.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I'm a pretty big important person in my job, so
You're not important anywhere in anything.
I know. Oh, something interesting happened this evening. I got a call out by a mutual friend of ours, more my friend than your guys's. The Flipper from the old comic book store days. He's thinking about getting rid of his comic collection.
The Flipper, as in like, is that anything like a fluffer?
No, it's my friend Jason, who's a Filipino, and his nickname was the Flipper.
Oh.
Yeah.
How big is his collection?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it yet, but I'm
That's
gonna
awesome.
give him a call tomorrow, and we're gonna set something up. And the only problem is he doesn't live anywhere near here, so I might have to travel. But he was his favorite thing he collected was Wildstorm stuff. So not that there's a lot of that stuff that's in demand right now, but there's probably some pretty awesome stuff in his collection.
That could be cool.
Yeah. He's focusing more on the other stuff that he collects and not so much comics anymore, which I completely understand. I honestly stopped collecting comics years ago, so
yeah, you have more comic books than all of us.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You buy comics like regularly.
yeah, I do, but they're not for my collection; they're for the store.
It just happens that your store is your collection.
Yeah,
that is true.
Lots of people that own a store, once they own a store, to them that's their collection, and it just changes all the time.
Yeah.
I've heard that from several people that once they owned a store, they were like, "This is my collection. It just always changes."
Yeah. Nope, I understand that sentiment completely.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
They sometimes keep a few gems to themselves.
yeah, I don't
But-
think I may have a few
many.
comics. I may have a few comics that I would consider my personal collection, but they're very, very few. There's nothing that I own comic wise that I would not be willing to sell. Now I have art that I won't sell, but comics, yeah, no problem. If I have something somebody's interested in, they're willing to pay, what I'm asking for it. I have no problem.
Yeah, you guys have produced a conundrum, a curiosity, a unexplained mystery in my mind.
Oh yeah.
My dad did not ever collect art, and I wonder why. Because he collects a shit ton of comic books.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of comic collectors out there that don't realize that there's art as well. There's a lot of people there's a lot of comic collectors who have never even seen an original page of art.
Yeah, or they think it's too expensive.
Yeah.
They've never been to a convention.
They've never been to a convention. Yes,
Yeah,
I know people who are. What's so funny is I'll have somebody who came into the store actually just recently, and we were talking about going to conventions, and they're like, "Oh, I wish I could go to San Diego," and I'm like, you can start small. You can do Orlando. I mean, that's a lot closer. I mean, they don't realize it because they're not, as crazy as fanatical as we were when it came to that kind of stuff.
Because he knew before I heard anybody else talking about it that the 90s comic books would not be valuable. He said it multiple times before it started getting said everywhere. Like when Superman died, he's like, this book is going to fly for a while and then it's going to die. No. So the only comic book convention he went to is the only one that I've ever been to. And now seeing him on YouTube and whatnot, I know that wasn't technically a real comic book convention. So that's probably why he probably didn't know.
Was it like a hotel show or something?
That makes two. We did go to two. There was one really, really small, desperate hotel one that was in Jax, that was by the airport, and then there was one in Orlando that was fair enough, fair side. I got. I think the colorist of. You held that book up one time. It's the Age of Apocalypse, the very first Age of Apocalypse, with like all of them running towards the screen.
Right.
I got that book signed by somebody, and I couldn't tell you who.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, the hotel type shows were like the original type of comic book conventions. It was just people getting together and meeting up, and hotels were the easiest place to do it because they had ballrooms and.
I mean, they're still the easiest place to do it.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Just saying.
Welcome back.
Though I haven't been into a hotel room in a long, long time. So.
Well, you know, you haven't done it in a long time either.
Yeah, that's true too.
Todd.
Caden asked, "Do you have Action Comics #1?" No, I sure don't. But that's never been a goal of mine either. I mean, I was never a big Superman fan to begin with, or a DC fan enough to care about the Action Comics #1. I think this is a good question. What is your holy grail of comics that you don't currently have? What is the one issue that if you had it, you would treasure it forever, but you don't currently
have the answer to this?
Yeah, so do I.
Go ahead.
Well, while everyone's thinking about it, what I'll say is that to answer Kodiak's question and kind of tee off on it, like, I think what's so cool about the medium and both as a medium and as a form and as a hobby is that there's like so many areas of interest. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like some people just like the comics, some people only like the graphic novels, some people only like the trades, some people like the original art, some people like the slabbed books. You know what I mean? Like I have zero interest in slabbed books. I mean, maybe certainly one day if I'm able to afford like, Amazing Fantasy 15 and X-Men #1 and all that, sure, I'd love to have that. I definitely want to have, like, I have a future desire to purchase a very specific Stan Lee signed book. But it's really less, it's more about the signature and less about the book. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but if you go on auction sites or you go on eBay or wherever, or even conventions, like the #1 seller, I would say, is the slabbed books. Like the slabbed books are basically what saved the collector mindset. Like once people started slabbing books and grading them, all of a sudden the collector mindset came back.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that.
Came back,
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a very good thing.
Well,
but still to be seen. I mean,
the reason the other things like were, I don't totally buy the whole collector thing. Like I don't believe that it was the collector market that killed everything. There's certainly
the speculator market.
The speculator, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say there's a difference between speculator and collector. Like the speculator market was legitimate to a point, but it wasn't necessarily the speculators that killed it. It was the fact that like all the comic companies did what they still do to this day, where they release like a dozen different covers, holographic this and that, and like it fed the speculation market, and then it's like feeding a housing bubble. You know what I mean? Like you fed the you fed the addiction, and then when they came down from the addiction, everyone was like, oh wait, this is bullshit.
This is kind of what I mean, to kind of shoot off topic but come back. This is the whole thing about, like the Ethan was saying about auctions. You can't kill the market. You can't every week in and week out, no matter how bad you want to pay the rent, because most of us are doing it to pay the, to what I call buy toilet paper, buy the odds and ends, pay rent. You can't do it you're gonna flood the market. Go ahead.
I think a weekly auction isn't bad, but you really can't have very high expectations with that.
Yeah.
Well, you can have auctions every weekend, but you can't have auctions from the same I mean, it's not. It's hard for me because like my job is digital marketing, and like my job is helping companies and startups, many of who have raised millions of dollars, like actually helping them like scale their companies. And so especially with the digital marketing stuff, like it's amazing to see people like your boy Zach and Ethan and Malin, like they have an innate gut instinct for marketing. But they're still like I'm babes in the woods. Like, I look at what Ethan's made, and I'm like, man, if he just knew, like, if he had just done a couple of different things, if he had actually understood like how to do digital marketing, he probably could have tripled his earnings. Now I know that's not necessarily, he doesn't care, and that's totally fine. But then when you look at someone like what Mike's doing with the auctions and just doing it wrong, it's like there's a reason. Like there's a reason why it's not working. Like here's a hint. Like if you're a comic artist and you're doing auctions literally every week, there's no scarcity and there's no drive and there's no reason for me to hop on to purchase your work, because guess what? Next week I know you're going to do the same thing.
Exactly.
So it's not special. Like there's no buzz, there's no hype. That's why when it first started, there was a lot of hype. Like, oh my God, Comicsgate, he's gonna sell some stuff. Like, oh my God, this is really cool. And then it's like, oh, okay. Oh, I can't make it tonight. Oh, he's doing it again. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I don't really like that drawing as much. Maybe I'll just wait until he draws Batman or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's a you have to understand human drive and like you got to understand what people want, man. Yeah. He would be much better served doing one auction, even if he just did one auction a month and did like 4 pieces.
Well, that's kind of what Ethan's doing, is he's doing limited auctions where like Mike S. Miller is doing auctions every week. So there's kind of a there's definitely a different approach to it. So,
and I am torn. I have, I see these guys as friends, and a lot of them need this auction. They legit need this auction to keep going. Yeah, they're doing a book, but
Well, then that's the other problem. They should learn how to change it into a business. Mm-hmm. That sounds harsh, but like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck a tip jar.
Yeah.
Sorry,
these guys do have tip jars, so.
And I mean, because you're moving, you got to understand, like nothing lives in a vacuum. So you're moving into a world where it's like, you got someone like me, right? So, I purchase art, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not rich, but I can, I do have the opportunity to sometimes buy original comic art, and I have since I was like 15, right?
Yeah.
I really like buying original art, so. But I'm also not an idiot, and I've done it enough, and I'm experienced enough that I don't get caught up in the hype of things. So it's like, okay, so and so is going to launch a piece, and it sells for, and the going price is like $500, $600, $700. Like, I recognize that it's for the fan in me. And the person who might even know or like that artist is like, yeah, I would love to give him $700 just to help him out. But that's not the way the world works. And then I look at the piece and I'm like, well, for the same price, I can get
right.
I can get something that I know from I know will accrue in value, so that I'm also protecting my investment. Like there is a certain point where it switches from buying something to investing in something,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're buying a comic for $3 or $4, maybe even, and then right now it's even breaking. I would say it breaks at $5. But let's say you buy a comic at $4, that's still in the realm of like, I'm buying this thing. When you're spending $25 on a book or $75 in a book, that's 22 pages or 40 pages or whatever. That's an investment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're still buying it, but you're going to treat it differently. Like I'm not throwing around my copies of Cyber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like, my kids are not touching those.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My wife, yeah.
Mine are bagged.
I have an
like,
issue of Gwenpool or something. Like the kids can tear it up. I don't care.
Yeah, you guys know I don't bag and board comics anymore.
Right.
Most of the time I throw them around, but not my Cyber Frogs. They're in the bag and board.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think, you got guys who are doing it the right way. And I think, or are pretty close to doing it. They're doing it. I should clarify. They're doing it the right way for them. Right.
Yeah.
And that's why they're still around. That there's only like 2 or 3 people who have big enough, audiences that are still around in CG and in indie comics, really. And that's the way it usually works,
And then there's little guys like us that are just trying to build our audience.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it the right way, though. You're doing it you do it 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Like that's legitimate. Like that is one way to do it,
Yeah, but I'm also using the live stream and the channel as a way of promoting my store as well. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's the whole thing. You started a channel, you started selling with the books and doing some original art and doing a little bit of Kickstarter stuff, and then you opened a store, and like it's starting to it's about reaching out to people and multiple channels with multiple different messages at the same time. Right. So you've got the store, you've got YouTube channel, maybe next year or later this year, you start doing like a newsletter, like all that kind of stuff starts to add up to where people start to say, oh, this guy's actually like doing this for real. Like he's not, there's this weird point where people like, I think it's a subconscious thing. Like, and maybe it's the era in which we live where like, when somebody sees your work, multitude of times over and over and over again, there's a certain point where they start to actually believe that you're legitimate. It's true. There's an actual term in marketing. It's an actual term called effective frequency.
Well, we've had this discussion before when we're talking about how to price your art at conventions, and I'm the kind of guy that is fine with pricing it low so that somebody gets a good deal. And you've told me before, you said, yeah, but if you price your stuff low, somebody's going to look at it and go, that's not worth anything because of the price is so low.
Right.
Even if they like it and they want it, they're not going to look at it the same way as if instead of a $5 sketch, it was a $50 sketch.
Yes.
They put more value to it, even though you put the same amount of effort and so forth into it.
That's right.
But it's a mindset. It's getting into the right mindset to do what it is you're doing.
That's right.
And I've gone to a lot of conventions where all I wanted to do is just have fun and meet people and sell some art and not worry about making a huge profit. And sometimes you do have to get out of that mindset when you're trying to run a business.
That's right. And I mean, you've even witnessed this, like, so you've even witnessed effective frequency just with the convention stuff. I mean, effective frequency essentially states that the more that someone sees your brand, the more that they become familiar with it and you, the higher the likelihood it is that they're going to become a buyer. And it's a legitimate thing, and they've just studied it, and they know that the number is actually 22. It's 22 encounters or interactions. That's the sweet spot. So if people see you online and they see you on Twitter and they get emails from you and they see you at conventions, right? If they get enough interaction with you and encounters with you, effectively the average is 22. It seems to be, for whatever reason, the sweet spot. They're more likely to be a buyer, and you've seen this with conventions. I mean, Andrew, I've been with you for most of them, I would say, right? Like a good chunk of them, right?
Oh yeah.
And what happens? Like I remember the early days when you were doing booze. You sold a little bit here, you sold a little bit there, and flash forward, now you set up at a booth and you have regular people. You always have people come by the booth who either who visited your booth before and requested sketches from you, or people now who are on the Misfit Corner live stream and stuff like that, and then they know you, and then they meet you. Like you've been out there and have touched them in like an engaging way, and so therefore the reciprocity starts to kick in.
Right. Yeah, I've had people that have come into the store and go, "Oh my gosh, I've seen your book in Borderlands or whatever," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like,
yeah.
I've been muted this whole time. Jesus Louises.
It wasn't.
I was gonna say it's happened to me with Carl Rowe. The first time I saw Deathsworn, I was like, yeah, whatever,
Oh, Caden asked if I have an online store. I do. But there's nothing in it, right?
Correct. Am I still muted?
No,
I can hear you.
It's a joke, but no, it's like, and the first time I saw it, I was like, whatever, and I kept seeing it, and okay, and like you said, about the 6th or 7th time, I was like, you know what, that kind of looks, that has a familiarity to me. Like I can put it to some of the stuff that I used to look up on the walls and see, and eventually, I don't know what it was. It was just, I have to have this. I have to have this. It was the last book that I've been able to fund months ago, but I like you said, it took me a while. I kept seeing it. I got familiar with him as a personality on other streams and whatever.
Right.
There you go.
What happened with me with Michel Fife, the guy that does Cobra, right? And now he did G.I. Joe, and now he's doing like, what do you do, like something with Rob Liefeld or something, and now he's doing Cobra through Image, and like he's a Brooklyn kid, so I would go into the indie bookstores and see his stuff, and it'd be like, oh, this is a cool looking book. It's like $5, so I put it back, but it was like, wow, the production on this is really cool, and I opened up, and I was like, well, the artwork is a little amateur, so I put it back, and at first it's like issue 5, and then it was like issue 10, it was issue like 20, right? I'm like, damn, he's on issue 20, that's cool. And then like I got curious one day, so I found something online and realized that he like did the entire book himself, like wrote it, drew it, inked it, colored it, pre-pressed it, and printed it, and he did it on a monthly schedule, which is why the artwork isn't like Jim Lee, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And instantly my respect went through the roof for the guy. And I'm like, oh god, this guy is my hero. And then like, just kind of put it out of my mind, and next thing I know, it's like issue 32 or something. I'm like, oh my god, this dude is still doing it. And by that point, like, I saw it, and then there was like a Brooklyn convention, and he was going to be at it. So it was like an indie book comic thing, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I was going to be in the neighborhood, so I went and stopped by, and I met him, and he had all his graphic novels. He had like, I think at the time he had 4 of them complete, and I bought all of them right there.
Mm-hmm.
Having never bought the comic book up to that point, I bought all the graphic novels right off the table. Because like that was the final straw. I was like, the dude is fantastic, and that he's doing this. And then meeting the guy, he was a really nice guy, and I was like, you know what? So I'm sold. I'm supporting you.
And being a real nice guy goes a long way nowadays,
Yeah, and I'm a total fan. Like, some of his stuff, like, am I going to be buying all his books? No, but my respect for him is through the roof. And I'm like, I don't know how he does it, like, and some of his pages are brilliant. Some of those pages are Kirby level brilliant, and considering that he does more than Kirby did in terms of production, it's really impressive. To me, anyway.
Well, very cool. So what's new and happening? What's the weather like up there, Todd?
It's nice. It's a little chilly, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of days where it got down in the 40s, so which is actually kind of nice.
Mm.
I get to use my fireplace, so I'm happy.
Oh.
Yep.
You get to use
so much that we're talking about the weather now.
No, just always on my mind how things are going up there,
Uh-huh.
One of the things I was Todd, I had started listening to some old live streams in order to get clips for the Bleep show, and you weren't here. When did we do it? Well, Wednesday, and I had some clips from the very first Hero hour from January 2nd, 2019, and we were talking about. Avery and I were talking about car problems and issues that we were having, and so forth, and we were talking about Ayla and her trip to New York, and how as soon as she gets back, she got a flat tire, and then as soon as we put the spare on, turns out the spare was flat as well. And I was just remembering that trip, and how had they got caught in a snowstorm with a flat tire, they would have been really screwed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something we were talking about. So that's why it brought up the idea of how's the weather. That was it. Just thinking about you and the weather.
Nice.
Oh my God.
It was a long way to get there.
Oh, man. That was grueling.
We are so glad you are not our dentist.
Speaking of which, I got to go see that. I'm just kidding. But that didn't remind me of the story of anything. Oh, all right.
Everything reminds you of something.
Tosspot says, nice one, Kodiak, muting. Sorry, Kadam, last time I was on, he didn't, says Tosspot. Says, nope, you're fine. 40 is warm where I live. Oh, really? Well, 40 is cold down here. But our winter lasts like 10 days. And it tends to get spread out.
Yeah, it's not 10 consecutive days.
No,
Yeah.
it's
We've
one
probably
day of
had
80.
We've probably had 6 of the days so far this year. So
Yeah, we'll have a couple of days where it's like 30 or 40 for the low.
Yep.
And then a week of like 70 to 85. Then a couple more days around 50.
I think we've only had like maybe 1 or 2 freezes so far this year. Or so far with this winter, I should say.
I wouldn't call it a real freeze because nothing froze.
Yeah. Freeze warnings, that type of thing.
Yeah. It might. It's like, it got to the temperature where something could freeze for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
Florida,
that's right.
Florida.
Yeah, we're in Kodiak, me and Avery, we're in Jacksonville. And Todd is in New York. Oh, have you seen that commercial? There's a commercial. I saw it like 2 times, and it's one of those ones where it's like a minute and a half long, but it's so hilarious that I just go ahead and watch it on YouTube. It's the one where John, what's his name, from The Quiet Place and from the Office, he's parking his car, and he gets out of the car to park it, and it's got what's his name that plays Captain America in it, and they're all doing these New York, accents, and he's like, oh no, it might have been Bostonian, and he goes, that's wicked cool, right, type of things, and he gets out of his car and he presses a button and the car parks itself, and it's, if you haven't seen the commercial, it's hilarious, but you got what's his name. What is his name? The guy that plays Captain America?
Chris Evans doing the that's wicked smart. I have lots of relatives that would relate to that. But it's a funny commercial if you guys haven't seen it. Oh, speaking of commercials, has anybody here seen the Fast and Furious 9 trailer yet? No, I was just like,
oh, cool. Maybe we'll watch it later because now that I can share stuff, we can share it and comment on it.
Cool.
But
and by cool I mean
shut up. I have comments to make on it, and after I got done watching it, I turned to my wife and I told her, I says, there is no freaking way, because you know how they'll introduce a character and then all of a sudden the character is related to somebody else, and you're like, no way is that character related to that person. They have one of those in the trailer, and since none of you have seen it, I won't spoil it.
Let me guess, it's related to Paul Walker.
Nope.
Oh,
wow, you're a real asshole. I'm just kidding.
Who, me or Kodiak?
All of you.
All of us.
Well, that's all right.
I did watch the trailer to the new Ryan Reynolds movie.
The nice guy one.
Yeah, where it looks like he's an NPC,
Yes.
And a game that's sort of like Grand Theft Auto meets Fortnite.
Yes, that looks hilarious.
That might be entertaining.
Yes, that might be.
There's
fun.
so many. There's so many gags that I just saw, like in the trailer. It's like unless you've played one of those type of games, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff you're not going to get.
Oh, I'm sure they'll make it humorous enough to where people will get it. Like there's one scene where she like sits in his lap while he's on the motorcycle, and she goes, "Is that a gun in your pocket?" And he goes, "No, it's two." And she pulls out two guns.
Is that a Glock in your pocket?
Yes. Yeah. See,
give him. Yeah,
I got the joke. I knew when she said Glock that she was referring to a gun.
We got to give him credit that he at least knew it was a gun.
Shut up.
Does he though?
Yeah. He's like, they said a bad word.
In Andrew's brain, Andrew would think this is a gun.
I'm not even looking.
It's not a gun.
Okay, whatever.
What is it, Andrew?
What is what? I'm not looking. I'm drawing.
Furries. He's drawing furries.
Yeah, well. We should all do...
Is it A, magazine, B, a clip, or D, or C, a cock rocket? Cock ring. It's a cock ring.
It's a cock ring.
Guys, that's a totally different channel.
It was a cock
Okay,
ring.
Tosspot says, so do I have to watch 1 through 8 and Shaw before watching 9? Probably not. Well, they do reveal the return of a character at the end of the trailer that if you don't know who it is, you don't understand. You know,
If you haven't watched any of them, don't.
Hey,
unless you're a car nerd, like hardcore into cars, there's nothing for you there.
that's not true. Fast and the Furious is entertaining to people who like action and over-the-top crazy stunts. And
Whatever, man. Vin Diesel is a hot man.
he's going to be good in Bloodshot, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna be awesome. That Bloodshot trailer is awesome.
Yes, it looks very cool. It is definitely going to be worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I'm a little mad because I think I know what the plot is, and I think I was kind of working on something kind of like that, and it really screwed me up.
It's the plot for Fast and the Furious. The first one was Point Break,
Yeah.
just with cars.
I mean,
Yeah, but they didn't make 9 Point Break and an extra spin-off, did they?
They should have. I would have Patrick Swayze
Yeah.
and Keanu Reeves. I totally would have watched that.
Well,
I haven't seen that movie in probably 25 years, and I still have watched it more than The Wizard of Oz. Like, I've watched it like 5 million times.
did you ever see the remake?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh
No.
God, no,
I never watched it either.
no. I was like, no.
Remake of what?
Point Break.
Point Break.
No, that was like I heard that was a bomb and a half.
Yeah.
No. The
You
trailer looked awful. It's like you can't remake Point Break.
You had Gary Busey.
And they did with Fast and the Furious, but
You had Gary Busey when he was still kind of
Sane?
I wouldn't say that. But he was fun. He was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And you had Patrick Swayze. You had fucking Keanu Reeves. You had Flea before
Yeah.
Flea. No, you had the guy that played. He's only in it for 2 seconds, but
Yeah.
the guy that played Cyborg. Cyborg's bad guy. Hinder. Anyway, yeah, it was fucking great. But yeah, he even on the DVD, the director admits it on the DVD commentary. He's like, yeah, he's like, this is 100%. Apparently, the studio owns both, so there's no like qualm or something. So he's the one that pointed that out, that it's 100% point blank, point break.
Just with cars.
Words are hard.
That's okay. I have that problem every time we have a live stream.
Warlord and Warlock tend to trip you up a lot.
Yeah, and Green Lantern Corps.
Corpse, Green Lantern Corpse. Hey, oh God, I saw.
I haven't screwed that up in a long time, so you guys are gonna have to give me credit for that one.
I saw a video today. I need to find it again.
Uh-oh.
I think it might be on YouTube. It's this girl dressed up as Jessica Jones. I mean, as that Green Lantern.
The one that Ethan created.
Yeah,
Jessica
Cruz.
Yeah.
Just Jessica Cruz, but her outfit's like made out of. It's a custom like fetish latex piece.
Okay.
And she's at some convention just dancing in the hallway, and people are walking up. I was like, okay, that's hot. She looks hot.
See, that's what CG Fest 2021 is going to be all about.
Well, have fun. I won't be able to go.
Oh, come on. It's a year more away. Trust me, if Todd can go, you can go.
I still won't be able to go.
Why?
You don't know how far a hole I have to dig myself out of.
Well, you've got a year to do it, and I think you can make it happen.
It's going to take me about 5.
Well, you have a year. You need to set a goal to make CG Fest 2021 a reality for you. I'm thinking.
I already know it's not possible.
Well, they're talking about giving tables to the artists who want to promote, like YouTubers and CG people that want to promote their books. I'm thinking about like maybe getting a couple of tables and actually setting up like $1 bin tables and so forth, and that might be a cool thing.
Well, if I have a book by then, and I can go, I'll go. But if I don't have a book, I'm gonna go.
Well, make a goal, man. Make a goal. You got time. You got friends here that'll support you. They'll help you. They'll help you.
I don't have any friends.
Well, you're wrong. I love it when you're wrong, but I hate it when you're wrong.
I'm never wrong.
Well, regrettably, sometimes that's true.
I learned a long time ago not to get in between mommy and daddy fighting.
We're not fighting.
That's what they said.
And then they slap the shit out of you, right? All right.
If I have something to promote and I can, I'll go. If I don't have anything to promote,
dude, I will put every single effort I have into making sure if you have something to show off and something to promote, that you're there.
I don't want to be there with you.
Kodiak, would you be willing to go with Avery?
I just can see it now.
I've done enough conventions with this dude. I ain't doing anymore.
I can see it.
That's
now.
so unfair.
I can see Andy now.
I am the most entertaining drive companion.
I've had enough.
My wife laughed at that one, by the way, just so you know.
And
she's never been like a comic book convention trips with me.
This is Andrew. There's Ethan. Should I talk to him? He's trying to talk to you right now. I know. Should I talk to him?
Yeah. No, Andrew doesn't go up to people and talk to them. I do. I don't care.
Yeah.
If I've got a sketchbook or something, the show or something.
I told you guys where I ran into Ethan and why I didn't talk to him.
That didn't stop. You still didn't go in there and talk to him when he was at the table.
I know.
I did. I went up and talked to him and had a little conversation with him and Billy Tucci. They were very, very nice.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, damn. But that was a rip, actually.
That was before CG was really CG.
Yeah. He had his channel and he was doing stuff, but
he wasn't. Just started his channel.
Yeah.
He hadn't had it long. I mean, crazies were going after Zach real hard, and people were trying to get him to denounce Zach, and he wouldn't do it.
No.
which is awesome.
What we're talking about is that same, for some of you people out there that are familiar with the history, this is the same show that Ethan went to, where the next night somebody smashed in the pizza places where they were at.
Yep.
Door. Yeah, that
Yep,
we were at that same show.
We just didn't go to the pizza thing after we had to drive.
We didn't
back.
go to the because Andrew doesn't like to socialize.
While they were there, that happened.
Yeah, the very next night.
The next day, the pizza place that was like the after thing. Yeah, somebody smashed the door. Because they had been sending threats that somebody was gonna, they were gonna attack Ethan at that show if he went. I think they even threatened the pizza place too.
Yeah, I don't think they ever caught the person who did it. So.
No, it'd be pretty hard to catch. We had to drive back.
Tosspot says, you didn't talk to Caesar? I did not talk to Caesar. I
did.
I said, excuse me, as I walked past him in the back. He was coming out of the bathroom as I was going in. And of course, as he was going past me and he left the bathroom, I kind of went, oh my gosh, that was Ethan, type of thing. I had that kind of reaction, which is exactly what you would expect my reaction would have been.
Weren't you saying the same? Weren't you saying behind Rob Liefeld when he had to take a piss or something?
No, I was at the water fountain while he was standing in line at New York Comic Con. And I kind of went, oh my gosh, there he is, he's over there.
Oh my god, I have to piss right behind Rob Liefeld, who has to take a piss.
Oh my gosh, he pisses just like a real person.
Oh my god.
Why?
See, Kodiak has met me and Avery and Todd, but he's never been to a convention with us. That's the next fun thing to do.
Oh, dude, I'm nervous about what I'll be like. I don't know what I can judge by the way and the kind of person I am, but I'm a nerd, so I don't know how I'll be. You know what I mean?
Well, you're probably a little bit
outgoing, but I'm
little
also
bit more socially apt than I am.
Yeah.
And I always have a good time, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
This is that time I almost bowled over Jim Lee coming out of an elevator.
Because he's so small.
He's so small, I didn't see him, and I was coming out of an elevator, man, as he was going in, and I almost just ran him over, dude.
I can see this as a story he tells all the time, and you don't even know it. He's like, this one time, this big, because you're a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm not short, but I'm not tall, right?
No, dude. If I don't look down, I can walk right past that dude and not know he was there.
Oh wow!
I'm 6'3". He's like maybe 5 feet.
Who are we talking about?
Jim Lee.
Oh yeah. Didn't I almost knock his ass out once?
You almost ran him over. Yeah. I think it's happened to everybody.
Yeah, I was coming out of the elevator. You were with me. There, hero God.
Well, that was like Andrew, Andrew and Mike. What was it? Andrew and Mike were got on the escalator, and I can't remember if
no, this was the Stan Lee story.
Yeah.
No, it was me, Ayla, and your wife. We were walking. We're going to another place at the New York Comic Con, and there was a big group of people, and there was a section of stairs that go down to the next level, and I'm in front of your wife and my daughter. They're right behind me, and I see like a break in the crowd, so I jump out and start going down the stairs, and I look back up, and Ayla and Melissa are up there at the top waving at me, trying to tell me to turn around. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, it was great. There was nobody ahead of me. I had a free reign. And it wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I realized, and I was told I had jumped right in front of Stan Lee.
Right.
They had cleared the path for Stan Lee, and I jumped right in front of him and walked down. So Stan Lee's behind me the entire time, and I have no clue.
Jesus, clue
that he was behind me, and Ayla is waving at me to tell me to turn around and look.
Pivotal Andrew story.
Yep. That was.
Oh my God!
That's how close I got to Stan Lee and didn't realize it. But yeah, they had cleared the path so he could get through. Because come on, he's an old guy. He needs to get through.
How do you like how he asked us our holy grails, and then I just realized that was like an hour ago, and I never answered. And
I distracted him. Why are you bringing it up, man?
Oh hell! I didn't even answer the question.
I didn't realize he didn't answer it. As much as
masterfully dodged the question by then talking about like marketing and all. Yeah, he threw it away.
All right, so
thanks, Kodiak.
I finished this draw. I think I finished it as much as I want to finish it. I may add some pencil effects to the background later, but I think I'm happy with it. So. Tosspot says, "How embarrassing!" Yeah, well, being my friend is an embarrassment. You know.
I just realized that I'm not looking at our live chat back screen. I'm looking at YouTube.
Oh. That's all right. That's all right. Well, guys, I got some comics. Actually, I have 2 stacks of comics, and I want to go through.
Oh, Jesus! I'm gonna just tell you, Avengers #1, the book that I sold of my dad's. I want it back.
Yeah.
Which
I always go ahead.
Which edition, though?
What?
Which edition? Like the original one?
Yeah.
Oh, because I honestly, I think the
Avengers #1 from 2014. What do you think? Who the hell wants anything other than the very first one?
The one with George Perez was actually pretty good. So, screw it. I'm not going to need this. All right.
If that's the one he regrets losing. Yeah, that's it. The George Perez one.
Yeah.
The one that like is in every comic shop everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I don't know when's the last time he's been to a comic shop, so how would I know? Todd, what's your
when is the last time I've been to a comic shop?
All right, let's take a look at my my stack of comics here. And then I'll come back and I'll tell you my holy grail.
That's not a bad cover.
Yeah, no,
reminiscent of some of the old.
This is a stack of comics I picked up this week, and I want to share with you. This is X-Men Gold #13 with an Art Adams cover.
That's excellent.
Yeah, that's
you got to always love an art. And this is actually part of it. I think it's a triptych, so there's more to this, and I may try to see if I can find more of these. We got Spawn Blood Feud. It's got a Tony.
We can tell Todd lives in New York.
Dude, can we draw Spawn?
Spoon.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my Indiegogo Spawn. It's not a Spawn ripoff of at all.
Educate me, Andrew, the bastion of comic history.
You don't want that, Tosspot. Take that back. Delete.
The Question. This is Rick Veitch and Tommy Lee Edwards. This is issue #3. I have several of these issues. I don't know if I've got a complete set of this, but I'm going to continue looking for it. We got a fantastic Batman 449 from late June of 1990, and I believe it's Mark Bright on pencils. Oh no, I was going to say Norm Brayfogle, but no, Mark Bright.
Oh no.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
They used to do the Cave Brown. That was before they switched to doing the Cave Gray.
This is Empress #7. This is from a 7-issue limited series from Mark Millar and Stuart Immonen from Icon Comics from Marvel.
Yeah, that was a cool book.
This last issue, the double-sized issue, was actually really good. I reread it, so I had an opportunity. We got a random Fantastic Four issue, #575, with Jonathan Hickman and Dale Eccleston. Well, Alan Davis.
Alan Davis. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, Todd, you should be ashamed. On the cover. I got a random New Mutants issue. This is issue #15, one of those early issues. I sold a whole bunch of these just recently because some guy was looking to complete his New Mutant set. And
they're good.
Yeah.
Mine's not even
Fantastic Four versus the X-Men #4. This is a 4-issue limited series that came out back in.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
87. This is John Bognoff on art.
Oh, that beautiful Wolverine. That's such a.
Oh yeah, this is. He's great. One thing that he can draw really well is kids. We got all different Avengers issue #6. This is the dreaded Mark Waid, but it's also Oseram on art, who's actually
no D.
Oseram. Do I always
put it's Oseram.
Oseram.
Did Mark Waid get worse? I'm
I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it. So
Just call him Bob Smith. It's closer.
there you go. We got a Batman Unseen. This is one of the Kelly Jones limited series. This is a 5-issue limited series. I was able to pick up issues 1,
Didn't
2,
Kelly Jones pass
and
away
3.
recently? Mm.
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
Curse you! Don't say stuff like that.
Those
No,
are
I think,
bullshit.
And I think I have. I think I love these pages. These first pages.
Mhm.
I got into a conversation with.
Batman is just good stuff.
Yeah, I got into a conversation with a customer about Kelly Jones, and we were talking about he hates Kelly Jones's Batman because he hates muscles upon muscles. And I said, "Have you ever read Red Rain, or have you ever seen Red Rain?"
Oh yeah, man.
And he's like, he'd never heard of it. And I'm like, dude, that is like the epitome of Kelly Jones Batman. We got Totally Awesome Hulk here. I got a whole bunch of these issues. You know, remember how
Avery, what are you laughing at?
I just read your private chat.
Okay, good.
remember last time I had gotten issues like 1 through 5 of the Totally Awesome Hulk. And
Oh,
you guys included. Well, I had somebody who bought them. So now that I found more of them, I'm going to share them with the guy, and maybe he'll buy more. But I have issue
good.
7.
Hey, no, sell anybody anything they want, man.
Yeah.
It's just
But Alan Davis.
I'm gonna mock you for it.
I said Mark Davis before because I was combining Mark Farmer and Alan Davis because they do the same. It's like
Okay. Well, I've got issue 7, 8,
Is that the new Hulk everybody's complaining
10.
about?
Go
11,
I'm wondering why he, yeah.
12,
I'm wondering why he has
13.
there you go. That's the reason. Hold that one up. Hold on. Wait. Go. That's the reason why everyone hates Hulk right now.
With an association from Jeremy Lin. I don't know who that is. I guess he's a basketball player. But I got issues 14, 15, which,
Look at that, dude.
yeah, I know. But it's
so
Asarard.
He's a good artist.
so-
He's a fantastic artist.
Yeah.
15, 16, and 17. So then we got a Jimmy Chung issue of Justice League, number 15.
Totally
We got a
yogurt Hulk.
Ron Friends issue of Mighty Thor, number 441.
Oh, cool. Those are
Which
he
they're-
looks like Astro Boy on steroids and painted green.
what? Oh, you're back on the Hulk.
Yeah.
Spectacular Spider-Man. This is issues 18, 19, and 20. This is a storyline where Peter turned into a giant spider
again.
Yeah. But it's got the first 2 parts. This is actually the second part. Is Humberto Ramos on art, and then over here it was Medina. What's his name? Paco Medina.
Cool.
Paco's good.
Paco Medina's great.
Yep. Then we have Spectacular Spider-Man number 27. This one is Buckingham, Mark Buckingham on art, which if you guys have never read his Fables run, it's fantastic. Just a random issue of Deadpool. I don't know exactly what series this was from. I'm not sure if the title of the series was Deadpool Too Soon or what, but it's got Todd Knock art in it. So
Oh, Todd Knock. I'm all about that. I like that guy.
yeah, he's good. He's good.
He tries his hardest to be.
Check this out. I have an early Ghost Rider issue. This is issue number 78 from 1982 with Nightmare. And who did the art on this one? It says J.M. DeMatteis, scripter, and Bob Bodansky, penciler. And I guess he was the penciler because Kevin Duzben is the inker. And why do they get these names? Because they know I can't say these names.
Oh, it's all their fault that you can't say their name.
That's
That was
right.
the point,
That's
Andrew.
right.
They thought, you know what, that Andrew guy? Fuck that guy. We're
That's
hiring
right. That's right. Then we got Fantastic Four. This is also a Paco Medina issue with art, so that's very cool. He's got his art style is very similar to Mike Ringo. So I think
Not anymore, man.
well at this time it was.
Yeah.
So he probably took over right after Ringo left the title, but because I see a lot of Ringo in there. So
yeah.
We got DC's Rebirth issue number 1, All-Star Batman. This is John Romita Jr. on art. And I used to have a set of this, like the first 6 issues, and I sold the set. So I'm trying to put together another set. This is one Avery might like. This is Secret Origins number 5, starring the Crimson Avenger, with art by Gene Colan.
That's cool.
Yeah. So definitely.
Although it looks like on the cover he's in a go-kart, but
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
just a wee bit.
Speaking of which, here's another Batman. This is a 456 with Norm Breyfogle on art.
All right, let me see the cover again. Oh yeah, I remember. What you can tell he's a good artist because for some reason, like I wasn't like a hardcore Batman collector during Breyfogle's run, but I recognize every cover.
Yeah.
I was buying the Batman books back then.
Yeah, I bought some of them, but I didn't buy like the entire run.
Yeah. Here's some random Iron Man issues. These are early issues 205. This is Mark Bright on art, which
I had all.
It's so weird how sometimes I'll pick up something. I'll pick up a whole bunch of different things, and they'll have a lot of things in common. Like this is a Mark Bright issue, and pretty sure this is a Mark Bright issue too. 206. Nice. And issue 210. Release Iron Man, Spy Master, or face the fury of Happy Hogan. Give me a break.
Oh, man, Happy Hogan. Damn.
Scott Williams on cover. And this is also a Mark Bright issue, so very cool. And we got some early Green Lanterns. This is 152 from, let me see the year of this one, 82. Very nice. Got another one, 153. If the de-evolution bomb hits this planet, I'm finished. Or it's finished. So am I.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's another Iron Man. Somehow this one got mixed in. This is issue 204, another Mark Bright issue. I like that costume. Actually, you know what? I was buying Iron Man during the Armor Wars. And I'd love to find those issues because that was a fantastic storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Then Todd, you weren't here last time we went over comics, but I found a whole bunch of the Justice League America around the time of the death of Superman. Okay. And this is some more of these. Issue number 65, 66. I don't remember Guy Gardner having a yellow ring, but I guess he did.
Yeah. Yeah, he did for a bit.
Wait a minute, let me see. Let me have...
Then they had a version of him without a ring at all.
Yes, well, he was Guy Gardner Warrior. That was really bad.
Yeah, it was horrible. Looking, at least.
There we go. Dan Jurgens layouts. Very good.
Look at that forehead, boy.
Hey, So this is issue 65, 66, and 67. And then some more of those Batman and the Monster Men by Matt Wagner. This is issues 2 and 5. So I'm trying to work on a set of that.
What happened to Matt Wagner? Is he still working?
Yeah, he's still around. And then last but not least, we have a copy of Tokyo Ghost number 4 with the fantastic Sean Gordon Murphy art.
I have been trying to get my hands on the digital version of that to read that.
Well, you know what's so sad is there was a store in town that was going out of business, and Avery and I went to it, and they were doing a sale, and they had the Tokyo Ghost trade paperback for like 50% off, and I was like, oh, hot damn! So I bought it, and it wasn't until I got home and actually flipped it open that it was only half the story, because I think the series went for like 10 issues, and it was only like the first 5. It's like, because I wanted a nice complete set of Tokyo Ghosts, and I've never actually read the whole story, but
the story is okay.
Well, the
artwork makes the book worth buying for sure. It's one of his best art, like drawn books. Like I want to get the deluxe.
It kills me like just after I decided I wasn't gonna go on Doug TeNaples' show anymore. Sean Gordon Murphy was on his show.
Oh yeah, Sean Gordon Murphy's a big fan of his. So
he's a fan of Doug TeNaples?
Yeah.
Really?
If anybody out there is in the
Doug would have kept his mouth shut.
If anybody out there is in the Beach Boulevard area, Jacksonville, Florida, this weekend, come by the flea market on Beach Boulevard and check out Unit C36, and you'll find Misfit Corner comics and a whole bunch of comics.
And Doug TeNaples will be there this Sunday signing.
I'm pretty sure.
But you're still at the Beach Boulevard flea market on Beach Boulevard, right?
Yes, that's exactly where it's at.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, because I don't want you guys to get it confused with the other flea market on Beach Boulevard.
Yes.
There's another.
There actually used to be another flea market on Beach Boulevard across the street in that shopping center.
Oh, really?
An indoor one. Yeah, it was an antique flea market.
Oh, all right, guys.
If you eat anything, I'm leaving.
I'm not eating anything tonight. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, seriously, I'm already about to leave. If you stuff anything in your mouth, I'm gone.
Well, Avery and I had a deep conversation, and we talked about moderation in my bits.
Yes.
What I mean by that is, so far I've come up with some good ones. The Peep Show's fun. The Bleep Show is fun, but in moderation.
Don't forget the Creep Show.
I haven't invented that one yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah. Every time you talk about somebody's... Never mind.
Well, needless to say, I'm going to try to make those segments as fun and as entertaining as possible instead of having so many of them. Because we did the Bleep Show last Friday, then I did it again on Monday, then I did it again on Wednesday, and Wednesdays really sucked. And I think it had to do mainly with the guys that were playing the game with me. They just sucked. But maybe it was because like more than half of the clips that I used really sucked.
I'm sitting here nodding along, and I'm like, wait, that's me.
Yeah, it was you. But oh damn, that's not what I wanted to bring up.
If I buy you any gift, it's gonna be a green screen, man. Green screen.
Happy Hogan. Yeah, Happy Hogan. It's hard to believe that that's actually Happy's last name.
Yeah.
It's Hogan. Happy Hogan. Oh my god.
All right. I'm going to share my screen with you all, and we're going to take a look at the Fast and Furious 9 trailer.
Wow.
And my computer just decided to die on me. I don't know why.
That looks fake.
What does?
That poster.
Oh.
Maybe it's just my eyes. My eyes are like...
Did Avery leave? I think Avery left.
He just dipped out.
Oh, okay. He's back. It's probably his internet. All right, so guys, you guys are going to want to enjoy this with me. It's going to be fantastic. You ready? Avery keeps dipping out. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. Maybe. All right, well, here we go.
Oh, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Sorry. There we go.
Don't forget to stop it every 15 seconds.
I will.
But things changed.
Stop.
I'm a father now. I will.
What is her name? The girl that plays the main love interest? Michelle Rodriguez.
What's her name in the show?
No, I don't care what's her name in the show.
Letty in the show.
Letty in the show, but she's definitely got it going on. I give her high marks.
She's not into your kind.
That's all right.
She's not into your kind.
There are a lot of.
She's not into our kind, fat or men.
There are a lot of very attractive, sexy young ladies out there that wouldn't give us the time of day. So
all of them. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, it's good for you to identify as a thin, beautiful woman.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Always be in your heart.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you.
Now, is she wearing like a gun holster to go put the kid to bed? Did y'all notice that?
You sure it wasn't just a vest?
No. Watch closely.
Well,
I heard your wife. It sounded like it was.
Yeah, well,
she's
you
right.
can't ever relax in these movies. If you relax, you're dead.
That's right. Okay, here we go.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're empty, but yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna give it to you. It's very special.
Kid's dead.
Wait.
They're gonna kill the kid.
No, they're not going to kill the kid.
From what's coming.
Terminator. Dark Fate.
It's protection from what's coming. So whatever it is that's coming is bad. All right, I put Avery back in. I don't know if he meant to go out or not.
Let's get Avery's opinion on putting the kids to bed while you have your gun on your side. Fully loaded.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's a necessity.
Well, like we pointed out, there weren't any guns.
Well, if it's a proper holster, the trigger's covered.
Okay, here we go. Here now's time for the logo.
All right, Dom. What's next? No matter how fast you are.
I am not too big compared to you.
No,
Yeah, that looks like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. And guess who this big white guy's back head is?
Oh, big white guy. That's that other famous guy.
It's John Cena.
It's
Because originally in like the last 3 of these, it was The Rock.
yeah,
Now they got to replace him with a different big muscle bound,
wrestler.
So all right, here we go.
Ow!
You trying your best to become me.
All right, we got to watch that again.
Fast and Furious. Yeah, Fast and Furious has always been a.
Oh my God, Andrew's doing the EVS thing. It's gonna take us 4.5 hours to watch it.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there, guys. Just be patient, okay? Here we go.
Runs their past.
Now you gotta pause it. You don't have to rewind it.
And mine just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
I mean, the last time that guy showed up,
It's been a long time since that time.
It was a completely
There was
different
a
movie.
time-
I mean, it's been it's been like 20 years of these movies.
and yet
So,
he's
and
never
this guy-
appeared before.
And this guy predates that, so it's been a while.
He's like, "Yeah, you stole my tricycle, you bastard."
Kodiak, you don't
Straight
realize
up.
that John Cena has been in every Fast and the Furious movie. He's just in the background. You see the scenes where they got the girls gyrating on top of the cars and all. Who do you think was driving the car?
We gotta get through this
Ludacris?
so I can
Ja
go,
Rule? Yeah, there you go. Ludicrous.
Ludacris. Okay.
let's get through this so I can go spend time with my wife.
Okay, here we go.
So we're up against a master thief, assassin, high performance driver. Who is he?
Oh, please.
He just threw a car at
Did he catch
That's my
a car?
brother.
What's that?
On a car with his
That's
bare
his
hand.
brother.
That's exactly who it is, Avery.
Is it really?
Oh, ow. I felt that one actually.
Dom's brother.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wah,
Avery,
wah, wah. I mean,
Avery is so good at this. Avery, did you see this trailer before we did this?
No,
So this
absolutely
is-
not.
you know, when you've thrown everything but the kitchen sink, it's not hard to call that the kitchen sink is coming next.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's next? I wonder what they're gonna sink, duck.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait. There's one scene at the end of this trailer. You're like, what?
And after the kitchen sink, it's actually going to be a duck.
Whack.
It's coming. It's coming. Here we go.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom,
Jesus Christ.
stronger than Dom. But could you kill him?
They do a lot of falling down in this movie. Did you notice that?
And all of them.
They do a lot of jumping out of windows and falling down. So
It's Hellboy.
it's more than that.
Uh,
Oh, John Cena would make a great Hellboy.
That's what I was thinking.
oh,
But
actually, he would.
Oh,
he's
wow.
got that pout.
face.
Yeah, that long
face.
pouty face. Well,
Yeah.
but does he got the acting skills to be Ron Perlman?
You don't really need to have acting skills to be.
Yeah,
Hellboy.
Yeah, you just fall
You
down
just
a lot.
need
Say
acting
crap.
skills to not be John Cena.
All you have to do is have that face, like smoke a cigar and say some snarky, We'll just overdub John Cena with Avery's voice.
That would work. That would work. All right, here we go.
Because I'm ready if you are.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing more powerful than the love
Oh.
of family. But you turn that into anger. There's nothing more dangerous.
Maybe this is the end, but we're gonna go out together.
Oh,
no, I'd
yeah.
ride to the death.
Ride to the death. That's what you
Right. That's the new way to say ride or die.
Ride or die. Ride to the death. That's right.
What's say?
Let's get to work.
All right, did you notice that even the girls kick butt and throw people out windows and ride them
yeah.
if they fly out the window?
Yeah, the 100-pound girl just threw that dude.
That's right. That's right.
I've always liked to see Michelle Rodriguez kick ass though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even as a bad guy from
the sister,
Resident Evil, you know.
But the sister, when has she ever showed that personality that to be? Well, why is she even in this?
She was a girlfriend, and then she was a mom. I mean, yeah, of course she can kick ass, you know.
Yeah,
it's woman power, man.
Throw 400-pound men out the windows. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, hey, I'm all for it. Go for it. You guys want to watch that part again?
No.
Here we go.
I can see. Technically, it's just Michelle throwing people out the window.
Tell me that's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine.
Impressive. I know.
No.
A Pontiac Ferrero strapped.
Did they have to replace their other Asian dude? Is that what just happened?
Well, he died in Tokyo Drift. So or was it one of the later movies? I forgot, but he died. So.
It was Tokyo, and then the later movies were actually behind Tokyo, and then Tokyo, then you divide and carry the one, and then subtract, and then you got.
That's right, because it went 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7.
Damn, the fact that you actually know that.
Yeah, I know.
1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7.
Yeah, because Tokyo Drift, which was the third movie, actually took place after. All right, here we go.
For a good time call.
No, that's not impressive.
My ass is in fuego!
Somehow these movies still get made.
Yes, this part is freaking awesome.
I do all of this every time I play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but it doesn't look this good, does it?
Some of it looks pretty close to me.
This image reminds me of my wedding night.
Me too.
Wait.
Yeah, if I squint, it does. Yeah, there you go. All right, here we go.
I'm just saying, I was very, very quiet. Allowed me to
there you go.
Oh, come on.
Did you see them driving up a rope bridge as it's collapsing?
Totally denying the laws of physics.
Totally denying.
Completely not possible.
All right, here we go.
Little brother, that's your mistake. This is my world.
Basically, they're like, how much meth can we smoke while making this movie? What? Did I hear something make the Transformer sound? Because this reminded me of a...
That was more like a Star Wars sound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was, too, yeah.
Different pitch.
That was a plane that came and caught the car as it's going off the side.
This is not even giving a
12-year-old.
No.
Like our fans are gonna buy it.
Yeah. A 12-year-old that plays a lot of GTA and Fortnite.
That's right. That's right. That's why these movies are so fantastic.
These people that love these movies, they're gonna let us do anything. Like you should wait until the finale where it's actually the space shuttle Discovery coming down and collecting all of the cars.
No. The space station's gonna come down spinning.
Yeah.
And they're gonna land on it on the
Oh, damn it. That's the only thing they haven't done. Grand Theft. See, now you got me doing it. Fast and Furious in space.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 10.
No. That was Star Trek 3. Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, I did. You're
the
right.
The guy who directed it was one of the Fast and the Furious directors.
Oh, that makes total sense.
So you remember the part where Kirk's riding around on the motorcycle and all and jumping things and all that? Yeah, that was Fast and the Furious in space.
Oh
yeah.
God, it really is the end of Western civilization.
It totally is.
All right,
what are we on number 4?
We're coming on the best part here. So sit back and
enjoy. There's a best part?
There is a best part. Sit back and enjoy, okay?
Shit, man.
No.
Hold on.
Tell me,
of course he said
what I think you're thinking. There's no bridge.
Oh, hell no.
What?
They're gonna Tarzan swing the car. Of course, we knew it would be.
They just don't give a shit.
No, that's not They're not giving a shit, dude. That was the most horrible thing I've ever
seen. Ass rope.
I remember in the one Fast and Furious movie where they were literally going from building to building in a car.
Yes.
And you saw that in the trailer, and you're like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" Well, now they're
dude. They made Cars a superhero movie, man. I have to give them credit. Like they're like, hey, you know, let's not even try to be real. Let's just make it exciting and fun. And it's like it's on the 9th freaking movie. It's got a better reception than Star Wars.
But you know what's so funny about this?
True.
Every movie.
It's awful as that looks.
It notches it up.
Better than Star Wars.
Yeah. It's probably check your brain out the door.
Yeah,
every movie they notch up the ridiculous.
Although I do think I have a lawsuit with these guys because it does, you know, it can't be just a coincidence that this movie is beat for beat what I was creating with Spawn.
All right, now let's watch the rest of the end of the trailer. The end of the trailer just has a cameo, which if you haven't seen all the other movies, you won't care. But here we go.
Hey guys. Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
Oh, you game. I knew it was going to be that. I watched the mofo burn. No, there was no getting out of that. Oh, fuck that. That actually pissed me off. They remember, you know, they just made me Kathy Bates. I'm like, she didn't jump out of the cock-a-doodie car. What the hell? I watched the guy burn. Oh, jeez Louise.
Well, this gives me hope that Gail Gadot's character is still alive, because you know they killed her off in one of the movies too.
Oh, she's dead.
Maybe. Well, Michelle Rodriguez's character was killed off in an early movie.
If they're going to bring back that character, they should just bring her back as Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Let's go for broke.
Now they just have to figure out. Now they just have to figure out a way to bring back Paul Walker.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
Too soon.
Wow.
Too soon. I'm sorry,
dude. I literally threw my remote. I loved the Transporter series, right? Especially the first one. But I think, but I think it was either the second one or the third one when he flips the car and the hook grabs the bomb off the bottom of the car. I don't remember anything else but turning the movie off and never watching another one. I'm like, that was so fucking I hate when they do stuff like that. Anyway,
dude, I love the fact that you brought up Kathy Bates. You know, that's just we just got finished watching what is the name of that show? Castle Rock season 2. Oh, fantastic!
Oh man, I tell you.
Yeah, right, I gotta go get the
first episode. We gotta keep going on that.
I gotta go grab the old lady. I mean, pick her up. Damn! I mean, pick her up from work.
Here's images of Gail Gadot in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
What number was she in?
At least 2 of them.
69, dude.
At least 2 of them.
All right, guys, I gotta go. Love you. Bye.
Later.
Bye, Kodiak.
Oy vey, dude, she's hot.
All right, I think I might be out too. I think I might go actually say hello to my loved ones.
I think I'm going to leave too because I don't care. No, I'm kidding.
She was in Fast and Furious 6 and 7. Let me see if she was in 5. Yeah, she was in 5. Fast and Furious. So she was in 3 of the movies.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was a fun one, Andrew. This was a good show.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Tosspot, thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. Yeah. Camden, maybe in the future we'll get you on the show. We'll have to see. We can't just let anybody in. That's how Tosspot. I mean, that's how Kodiak got on the show. Is we just kept letting people in. You know?
And everybody, save the date. Spawn. Summer of 2028.
Spawn. It's coming. Yep.
Coming soon.
On Indiegogo.
On Indiegogo.
It's on Indiegogo.
Dude, I should just do Spawn.
All right, everybody. We'll take it easy. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you guys on Monday, and we'll do something even just as fun on Monday. Later, everybody. Oh, by the way, go check out the Canadian Shield on Indiegogo.
Yeah.
Bye.